Good afternoon, everyone. Well, technically, here on the east side, it's only 11:50, so it's still technically morning. But enough of the formalities out of the way. There we go. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here to bring you yet another reaction to Solo Leveling. It is that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and given the state of affairs in the last chapter, finally, my man Leonard Nierman gets to show off just what he can do. And I have the chapter loaded up, and I made sure all the images were loaded, so we don't need to worry about it. All right, onwards to chapter 158. Now, before I get started, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for the continued support for this channel, how much you guys show up and, enjoy yourselves whenever I'm doing these streams for Solo Leveling and basically anything else that I do on my channel. I am incredibly humbled by how much people like what I do. It just makes me happy. It truly makes me happy. Whenever I see it's time for me to do a stream for you guys, I get excited. So very excited because this is what I love to do. So welcome, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's not put this off any further than I already have. Chapter 158, and here is just a little bit of recap with Leonard Nierman, who is patterning, like we said in the last chapter, patterning off of Hinata Hyuga's twin lying fists. And he has like these glowing, floating gauntlets over his arms as he stands in between Andre, who's currently down, and the Beast Monarch, who pretty much wailed on Andre for a couple of panels in the last chapter. And it ends with him saying, "I won't let you do as you please." Chapter 158. I'm getting chills just by standing in front of it. And then it's because the Beast Monarch is still transformed. And Leonard Nierman said like he's getting chills just by standing in front of it. The aura that the Beast Monarch is giving off is just... it's terrifying every single person there, including national level hunters like Leonard Nierman and Thomas Andre. But Andre is conscious enough to say, "Run away. You'll die." And then Leonard says, I'm well aware, but I'm still a hunter after all. I have no regrets. Even if this will be my final moment in life, I will make this choice many times over. A proud death rather than a meaningless life. I made the right choice. And I guess he braces his gauntlets even more because sigils start to appear around him. Now, mind you, I'm reading from ashurascans.com because they actually got it right, and they actually got the chapter up right now. So if you guys want to read alongside me, go to ashurascans.com/solo leveling, chapter 158, so that you guys know. One of my mods, go ahead and link that in the description, just so it can be easier for other people. But he brings up his gauntlets start to glow even more, and sigils start to appear around Leonard Nierman. A proud death rather than a meaningless life. I made the right choice. And it shows the Beast Monarch's face here, but it also shows like this other type of head above him. Maybe it's just like an aura facsimile of his presence. It's like another giant head above him, like a wolf's head or something. I made the right choice. I made the right choice. And then Leonard Nierman starts sweating, and whatever constructs he had behind him dissipate as the Beast Monarch literally bears down on him, and he says, I made the wrong choice. And then out of the side... Oh, who is this? Out of the side of Leonard Nierman, a shadowy, black and purplish creature comes in to chomp right on the Beast Monarch. Is it your boy? Is it your boy? Is it your boy? Is that Kaisel? That looks like Kaisel. Kaisel just came in and said, "Yo, it's Kaisel! Ah! It's your boy." I sounded like Toad there for a moment. It's Kaisel! Mama! I'm sorry. Kaisel just came in directly next to Leonard Nierman and just chomps right down on the Beast Monarch and just drags him away. And Leonard Nierman can only look in utter shock as Kaisel, as the Beast Monarch tries to scratch at Kaisel's snout. And he not only scratches off Kaisel's snout, but he kind of, rips off the upper half of Kaisel's head right there. And all of Kaisel just dissipates because the Beast Monarch just ripped him apart. And the Beast Monarch looks in the direction of Kaisel, and as the swirling energy of Kaisel starts to swirl around, in the middle of it is Sung Jin Woo. Yo! And he's already in a fighting pose as he delivers a massive axe kick directly on top of the Beast Monarch. And the force of the blow implodes the area they're around, just bringing it down on the Monarch, shatters the ground, and sends a massive shockwave from the impact. And Jin lands right next to Leonard Nierman. I'm sorry, I can't just call him Leonard, and I can't just call him Nierman. I gotta say his whole name. He deserves that much. As much screen time as he had in all these chapters, only to be shafted by Thomas Andre and still not have a moment where he's just straight up fighting. Yeah, he deserves to have his whole name spoken out. But Jin just lands right next to Nierman, who just says, "Huh?" And Jin comes in. I haven't spoken in Jin's voice since the chapter before the last one. So Jin says, "I'm sorry, but could you take Thomas to a safe place?" And then the Beast Monarch speaks, whose face has transformed even more. "So it was true. I can smell the shadow guy from that human." Yeah, the Beast Monarch's face has completely changed into that of he's basically turned himself into a lichen now. Full-on werewolf. No more just fur along the upper half of his head, and he's just a hybrid form. His whole upper half and face has just gone completely wolf. "I can smell the shadow guy from that human. And then Leonard Nierman says, "Please don't worry about us here." And Jin is just looking straight at the Beast Monarch saying, "His killing intent is quite intense. And on top of that, he isn't the only one." And someone else is there. Is that the Frost Monarch there too? Two monarchs at once? But the Beast Monarch is speaking, saying, "How were you able to use this much of the superior being's power, despite being in a human's body?" And then I'm guessing that's the Frost Monarch, since it has long hair and the big old cloak, but it's not his whole body formed. It's just like a shade version, like a vestige version of it. It's just like shrouded and blurry. But he says, the administrator probably found a way, since it's been a long time since the Shadow Monarch made the deal with him." And then, wait, are all the monarchs appearing in the city? The woman who had like the little weird creatures and bugs around her, she's starting to show up. And she says, "So I'm guessing that means I can eat that human's body? I was always curious about what another monarch would taste like." Good God, she's filling out whatever she's wearing. But she comes out of a mound of insects and she starts to form right behind Jin. And Jin is just looking on. But then we have Oh, we get titles. We get titles. So the Frost Monarch is in fact there. All the monarchs are just starting to show up. Well, at least the Frost Monarch and whoever the Bug Monarch is. The Bug Monarch woman is. But he shows up and the system reads out, "The King of the Snowfolk, the Frost Monarch recognizes you as an enemy." Then it goes down to the Beast Monarch. "The King of the Beasts, the Beast Monarch recognizes you as an enemy." I wanted to double check and make sure that my voice was heard and I wasn't muted this whole time. Sorry, just had to double check. And then it goes down to her, down to the Bug Woman. "The King of the Insects, the Plague Monarch." Plague Monarch? Ooh, that's a lot better than Insect Monarch. The Plague Monarch. I wonder what her name is. Don't tell me. "The King of the Insects, the Plague Monarch recognizes you as an enemy." No, I just looked at this whole page, waiting for it to fully load up. And okay. Oh crap! It scared the crap out of me. I thought the pages were not there, and I had to reload. No, they're here. They're here. Whew, thank you, Jesus. But Jin is standing in between three. Why did I put up two fingers? Three monarchs right now. The Frost Monarch, the Beast Monarch, and the Plague Monarch. And they're just standing there, but all of their auras just explode in a massive array of color. Jin is the one with the purple aura, the Plague Monarch is the one with the green aura, the Beast Monarch is the one with the red aura, and the Frost Monarch is the one with the light blue aura. And they just fill the entire city with their presence. And all of this energy shoots up into the sky. It just combines together into a massive beam that just goes up. I love the fact that all of this is just in color. I love this. Then, as this is happening, Jin says, "Come forth." And a massive black pool just erupts from around him. And, oh, it's your boy! It's your boy, Igris! I love it every single time I see Igris. He's one of my favorite Shadow Soldiers. But we have Igris coming out of the black, coming out of the void, and he's going straight for the Frost Monarch, who's surprised to see him. Then we have Iron, who is, the tanky guy. He's not Tank, who's the polar bear. We have Iron and Igris coming towards the Frost Monarch. And then we have Tank and... Crap, I forgot the name of the summon, the lizard summon, the giant lizard summon. It wasn't Lamia. It wasn't Lamia. It started with a J. I forget the name. Someone will remind me the name of his giant lizard summon. But Tank, his giant ice polar bear, Shadow Soldier, it comes out along with the giant lizard man, and they both go for the Beast Monarch. And in the presence of the Plague Monarch, his two strongest, Greed and Beru, go after the Plague Monarch. Oh, this is hype. And he got his strongest, going two on one against these monarchs already. I don't know who told me this, but whoever said that I was going to be enjoying these chapters going in, y'all weren't kidding. I'm enjoying it. But the Beast Monarch says, "Is this the new Shadow Army?" And it shows the Frost Monarch inhaling. I guess he's about to use some breath attacks. And Jin is just still standing there as the Frost Monarch tries to attack all of his Shadow Soldiers that are trying to attack them right now. And the whole area just erupts in ice. But now we have Jin, who in this next panel is shown with Kamish's daggers. Oh, he about to put them to use. But the whole area erupts in ice right now. And Greed is frozen. All of his High Orc generals are frozen. Basically, all of them have been frozen. Except for Jin. Or at least all the main big ones. And then the Beast Monarch says, "There might be many of them, but they're nothing but small fries. Your soldiers cannot move a single step within this prison." And then the Plague Monarch says, You should have left my children alone, at least. It's been a while since I've seen them, after all. Huh? Did she create the ants that led to the Jeju Island incident? Did she create them? Did she? Not just the Jeju Island incident, but everything that happened with Jeju Island in the past. Is she the one who created them? You should have left my children alone, at least. It's been a while since I've seen them, after all. She's the one. She's the one who created all the ants. And now we have the Frost. I'm sorry. I'm just like, the fact that she created the ants that have led to so many national level hunter deaths, and then the Jeju Island raid that led to even more deaths as it threatened pretty much civilization as we know it. She's the one who started all of that. But we have the Frost Monarch saying, to think that he was trying to use these kind of soldiers to get in our way. How ridiculous. This is an act of belittling the other monarchs. And on top of that, I don't think that the human was able to fully absorb the power of the Shadow Monarch. Although the Shadow Monarch was the greatest monarch, they must not look down on the other monarch's strength. Wow, so he's straight up acknowledging that the Shadow Monarch was the greatest. And it also shows Jin here, whose hands have been frozen in ice while he's wielding the Kamish's daggers. And in the next panel, he just shatters that ice. You ain't about to make this man... You are not about to make this man not be able to use his new weapons. And then Jin says, you, as he looks at the Frost Monarch. Because remember, Frost Monarch is also the one who killed Gogun Hee. And he points his daggers and spins another one in his other hand. And says, I will definitely kill at least you. And that is the end of chapter 158. Yo! Jin's battle against the monarchs has officially begun. Jin versus the Beast, the Frost, and the Plague Monarch. With Jin saying, I'm definitely going to kill you, at least. Because, you know, Gogun Hee and everything else affiliated with that. Woo! That was hype. I love that chapter. I'm gonna need more of that. Yes, please. Let me go ahead and get more of that in my system. Okay, that was a good chapter for today. So let's just talk about let me just talk about Leonard Nierman real quick and just acknowledge how this man who went up and was prepared to fight the Beast Monarch, the aura of the Beast Monarch was just too much for Leonard Nierman to bear, because he kept thinking to himself, I made the right choice. I've made the right choice. And then as the Beast Monarch bears down on him, he's thinking, I made the wrong choice. I made the wrong choice. And then before that happens, Kaisel comes in, saves Leonard Nierman from being killed by the Beast Monarch, and then Jin shows up, delivers an axe kick to the Beast Monarch, and that's when all the rest of the Monarchs start showing up. Igris shows up, Tank shows up, Iron shows up, everyone shows up, and the Frost Monarch pretty much freezes everyone else so that they won't be too much trouble against, against fighting Jin and everything. But then the Plague Monarch, whose name has yet to be revealed in these chapters, she says that it's been a while since she last saw her children, and while she was saying that, she was directly in front of Beru, which leads me to believe that she is the one who created the giant ant creatures that were on Jeju Island, and all the events that happened, like all the massive casualties of hunters who tried to go there and quell all these ants. She created all of them. So that was a bit of a shock to me, You like the coffin dance meme in the comment section? Hold on. Let me look at it. One person saying, Sung Jin-woo next episode, I'm here to break the ice. And then there's another one that says, I believe in Sung Jin-woo supremacy. And then we got a otter here saying, Hontoni, arigatou gozaimasu. Let me see if I can find the coffin one. I don't see it in this list though. It's not showing up. Yeah, it's not showing up. I don't see the coffin meme. But this was a really good chapter. Oh, here's another one that says, bow your head. Thank you for the chapters. Whoo! And then there's another one that says, I crave inhuman levels of violence. Oh my goodness, these memes are great. All of these memes are great. I love all of these. Oh, I see the coffin one. Ooh, that is nicely animated. I like that one. I like that. Okay. Overall, this was a great this was a great chapter, and Jin is prepared to fight. Now, here's the thing. I can't say too much about what I would like to speculate. I think the shadows can't help much. I'm just looking forward to the next chapter. I don't know what else is I don't know what else to say except that Jin is definitely going, if he doesn't defeat anyone else during this entire fight, he's going to kill the Frost Monarch. I mean, the Frost Monarch did the most emotionally to Jin when you think about it. He pretty much killed Gogun Hee, and I mean, when you kill someone that's close to the main character, and the main character is incredibly powerful, I mean, you're pretty much asking for the biggest butt whooping of your life. But with Jin now having access to brand new weapons, all I can say is that things are not looking all that good for the Frost Monarch right now. I mean, him trying to freeze Jin's hands didn't even work on him. He just shattered the ice around his hands instantly. And even the Frost Monarch said that even though, actually, you know what? Let me go back. Let me go back and read what he was talking about the Shadow Monarch here. Okay, so to think that he was trying to use these kinds of soldiers to get in our way, how ridiculous, as he is standing in front of a frozen Igris right now. Then he says this is an act of belittling the other monarchs. So I guess using shadow soldiers is insulting to the other monarchs, as if to say, you're going to use these small soldiers to get in our way? Who do you think we are? We're the monarchs. We deserve at least something better than just shadow soldiers. And then he says, and on top of that, I didn't think that the human was able to fully absorb the power of the Shadow Monarch. Now, of course, at the time, it didn't really register with me, but apparently it didn't really register with the Frost Monarch that Jin absorbed all of the Shadow Monarch's power. Not just portions of it, but he has full access to it. And he says, although the Shadow Monarch was the greatest monarch, they must not look down on the other monarch's strength. Now, what I can gather from this is that even though each monarch is strong in their own right, I guess it is kind of insulting for other monarchs to look down on other monarchs in terms of their abilities or anything, because I guess there's this form of not respect, but a form of acknowledgement of, okay, this person is strong. Don't belittle this person. So Jin using his almost infinite number of shadow soldiers is pretty much telling the monarchs, I don't think highly enough of your strength to fight you one-on-one. I'm just going to use my army to go up against you. So that is really insulting to the other monarchs as well. But seeing as how Jin is not really paying attention to anything else except he's staring down the Frost Monarch saying you. And the thing is, when Jin says this, his speech bubble goes from his usual black, because Jin tends to, when he speaks, he doesn't have like special speech patterns or anything. But here in this one moment, his words actually turn red and increasingly bloodthirsty. And that's what I would like to think this font is written in. His words turn into just like deep red, and they're very angular and like brush stroke like, or very like stabby stroke likes. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it is very filled. I can tell that just from the font itself, it's very filled with rage when he says, "I will definitely kill you at least. I will definitely kill at least you." And he points his dagger straight towards the Frost Monarch. So the Frost Monarch is not long for this world. Yeah, Frost Monarch is not long for this world, and I couldn't care less what happens to him. No spoiling about what happens to him. It doesn't really matter because I want to find out when these chapters go. But overall, I enjoyed this. Now, this may be a bit shorter than my usual streams, but I just wanted to get this reaction out and my whole view on it. And I try not to go into theories because I don't want people to feel like they need to talk about light novel spoilers, because I frankly don't care about light novel spoilers if I'm reading these chapters. So I thank all of you for having enough respect for me to not, put any of that in chat or in comments or anything like that. You have my unbounding respect for not doing that. So I thank you. Overall, I enjoyed this chapter, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed this as well. I'm pretty sure Cohagen put the link to the chapter in the chat for you guys, so that way you guys can read it as well from where I read it from. And I really hope you guys, if you're just now listening to me for the first time, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. But overall, I don't have too much to say about this chapter other than Jin is there. And the fighting is about to start. If you thought Thomas Andre versus the Beast Monarch was causing destruction, Jin beat that man. So imagine the devastation that's about to happen when Jin is fighting not one, not two, but 3 separate monarchs at one time. I'm excited for next week. So I don't know what else to say to you guys except thank you for taking the time to view my channel. And I really do hope you enjoyed yourself. All I look forward to whenever I do these live streams or whenever I do these videos is for you guys to be entertained. And if you were, then that means I did my job. That is the only thing that I seek here. So I thank you. So that's all I got. With that being said, I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Hopefully we won't go on break. Hopefully Chugong is doing better as far as their health is concerned, because really, that's really important for these authors. You hear so much about authors getting sick and everything, but they're just constantly pushing out chapter after chapter, and they really don't take their health into account. So hopefully Chugong is doing a lot better, so that way he can keep putting out these amazing chapters. But like I said, his health comes first. But that's all I got. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. Oh my goodness, I love my job.